Hey everyone. Happy Thursday, I think. I think it's Thursday. Anyways, how's everyone's week been? Has everybody been keeping themselves busy, entertained at home? What are some of your home entertainment things? What are you doing? Listening to music, playing games? I've seen lots of different things going up on the internet of people doing some pretty crazy fun things at home. I haven't had any time at home. I've been working, so it's really entertaining watching you guys. Now, tonight we've got an artist that we've had on the show before, and I'm sure most of you have all heard of him because he's had some great singles, but he's got a new single coming out tomorrow, and he's here to tell us all about it. And it's Jurd. So we caught up with him in Tamworth and before Tamworth. So we might welcome him into the room and see what he's been up to. Hi.
G'day, Danny. How you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks.
We're live, just so you know.
Great. Thank you for the heads up.
No worries. Yeah. Well, it's only the third. No, it's not. It's the fourth month now. We're up to the fourth month, and I think I deserve a high five for remembering that. But it is only the fourth month, and you've had a pretty busy year this year. So look, let's start from you ended last year with a fantastic single, and you've come to Tamworth and had a great successful Tamworth. You won. What award did you win when you were there?
It was the APRA AMCOS and TSA New Songwriter of the Year, which is nothing to sneeze at, put it that way.
It was so fantastic, and I was lucky enough to be sitting there with you, and your face when you won that award.
As you can tell, I wasn't expecting it. I was purely, as I said to you before, I'm purely here for the beer and to catch up with people, not taking away from the award at all because it's fantastic, but I just was not expecting to win, obviously. But just being nominated was great. And everyone always says that, I wasn't expecting to win, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, you saw by my facial expression that I'm like, what? Is that right?
I remember going, Aaron, I reckon you've got a chance at this. And you're like, no, not me. I just didn't know.
Pretty much. Yeah, it was just good to catch up with people that were there like yourself and people that we don't get to see throughout the year for a lot. So, yeah, it was great. But I was obviously not expecting it at all, and I didn't write any sort of acceptance speech. And despite my manager's advice to write an acceptance speech, and funnily enough, I actually forgot to thank her in the speech I did, and I forgot to thank APRA AMCOS too, who are the main people behind that award. So, word of advice: if ever you're going to be nominated for an award, definitely make an acceptance speech. I can't even talk.
Well, I think that night was great because you learned so much, and you walked away knowing how much people had appreciated your music up until to that point. It must have felt amazing to know that people were listening and supporting you.
Yeah, definitely. I think as artists in general, we always second guess ourselves, and when you're writing music, it's what you feel and everything, and you're putting everything into it, and you're always wondering, I wonder if other people are gonna get something out of this as well, or maybe this song's not as good as I think it is, and you're always your own worst critic. So to be named as the award winner like that is amazing. It just gives you that extra confidence, to keep going, because people mustn't mind it, if they're listening and you're being recognised with awards. So I'm definitely thankful.
It's not good. You're not going to win it if it's not good.
That's right.
We might start an awards up that's, if it's not a good song, we'll give you an award. But in this case, it was a good one. You got it for the right reason. Now, since Tamworth, you've been working pretty hard. You're like a lot of artists. You work full time, and you've been doing your film clips for your new single.
Yeah.
Coming out tomorrow. Tell us a little bit about it.
So the film clip is my first one that I've done. This is my fourth single, but this is the first film clip that I'm going to release. So the single drops tomorrow, but the film clip comes out on April 7th. But the film clip, I hit Jay Seeney up of Blacklist Productions, who is amazing. He's done all of this cool stuff lately and been recognised for so many various talents, basically. But he's nominated for Golden Guitars and all of this all that jazz. But I actually hit him up before all of that, so I could say, you know, I knew you way back when. But, no, he's a really good guy, and he has some really great ideas too. I went to him with the concept of the film clip, and we just worked on it from there, and it turned out really, really great. I was stoked with it, and I've had a couple of my friends that were have always been really supportive of my music since as far back as I can remember. I wanted them to be a part of it somehow. So there's a bar scene that we shoot, and they're all sort of sitting around the room while I'm doing what I'm doing in the bar. I don't want to give too much away, but I'll give you a hint. It's just a really, like, it's a cheesy film clip, but it's meant to be that way. It's meant to be funny, like, in the sense that, like, I laugh at myself all the time. Like, I'm one of those people that you know, make fun of myself and stuff. So I wanted to reflect that in the film clip. So there's a couple of little surprises in it that hopefully people will get the humor and they'll have a laugh too. But yeah, I mean, it was an awesome experience. I'm so stoked with it, and CMC have already added it to their new country, I think it is, which is amazing, because that was my goal with this single is to hopefully broaden my audience with being played on CMC. So yeah, that's awesome.
Well, you've definitely done that, and so let us know if you've seen the single, because I haven't yet seen it. So I don't have CMC. One day when I'm a bit richer, I might get it.
I don't have it either, but I've had all these people sending messages like of pictures and everything of it.
Oh,
so
really?
because I'm a peasant that can't afford CMC.
Yeah. I've got Netflix, so you know.
Yeah, me too. Basically,
version of CMC. Without the music.
Exactly.
The bit that I want. But tell us a little bit about that process. I mean, it was your first film clip. Was filming what you expected it to be? Was it something that came naturally, or?
I don't know if it come naturally. I mean, I can sort of, you know, if I'm put in that predicament, I can adapt to it fairly quickly. But it was very different. I mean, performing live, a lot of people often have their phones out filming or cameras and that sort of thing. But I'm not normally too conscious about it, just because I'm in the performance and, you know, trying to deliver the performance, so to speak. So you're not really thinking too much about it. But I think like a film clip is different because everything is based around that product and that film. So you're trying to do everything to get it right without making too many mistakes, because I didn't want to piss Jay off too much. I'm sorry, I hope I could have said that word.
We were talking about this earlier. We knew something would happen.
I'm hopeless. Yeah, I'm glad it's you. So it was. I mean, it was a different experience, but I think I adapted to it fairly well. I mean, I'm very much an introvert. You know, I get really awkward with that sort of thing, but I just think to myself, you know, that I need to do it. I've just got to, you know, get it over and done with. But having a lot of my mates there and Jay there directing, he's so easygoing as well. He just made the process, you know, a lot more bearable and easier to deal with. So it actually ended up being not as bad as I thought it would, because I thought for sure I would mess up hundreds of times. And I thought he'd never want to work with me again. But we managed to do it, you know, within a few takes with
really?
Across the team. So, yeah, which was cool.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I shocked myself too, I'll tell you that much.
I'm sorry about that noise. That's my cat. She's out the door and she's not happy about it. She's screaming at the door.
Oh no, that's all right.
So when do we get to see the bloopers reel? Because that's what I'm really looking forward to. I figure Aaron Jurd bloopers reel's got to come into this somewhere.
Yes, definitely. I actually will have to hit Jay up for that, because there were definitely some bloopers, and that's one of my favorite things too about you know, just watching other artists in general or people that you like and they're public figures or whatever, and you watch the bloopers reel. It's hilarious. So I actually want to get one of those as well. I don't think it would be quite as funny as we often joked between the two of us that there should be a bloopers reel based on us too. But because I think we're pretty clumsy people.
We'd make a great TV show. We really would. Oh, I reckon that'd be great. And then really the reason we like to watch everyone else's blooper is because it makes us feel good, you know.
Exactly. Because there's always, you try and be as, professional and everything as you can. And it never, as you know yourself, we've discussed this many times, it never quite works out the way you hope it has. I mean, sometimes it does. Sometimes you can be lucky, but I'm just naturally the clumsiest person. Like I'll spill drinks. As I said, I had a drink before this, and I literally spilled some on my shirt before we went live. So I've been sort of going like this.
You can't see it. You're safe. It's just below the camera. You're right. That's all good. Now, this single comes out tomorrow. Where can people get it to pre-order? And what's the best way to get it for you?
Yeah, it's available for pre-order now. So across all of the digital platforms, on iTunes, Google Music, Spotify, they can pre-save as well. There's a couple of links actually on my Facebook profile, my Facebook music profile that I put up prior to doing this video tonight, that people can click on the links just so it's easy, if that's easier than actually going onto the platforms and ordering it themselves.
Perfect. Yeah. We'll share that link into the comments at the end, and then you can see it on there as well. But I think go over to Aaron's page and give it a like, and you'll be able to see it. And I'm sure that when the film comes out, you'll be able to see it on there, that sort of thing. So jump over and give him a like when he's finished talking, obviously. So wait for that.
Okay,
Oh dear. Now tell us a bit about the song itself. I know this is your first one. Did you hear that? That's the cat again.
I did hear that,
She's not hurting. She's not hurting. She just really wants to come in here.
She's not happy.
She's not. She's very old. Very old.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, because I know that you usually write your own songs, but this is a co-write that you've done, and it's been in the works for a while. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so this song originated at the 2018 CMAA Academy of Country Music that I attended a couple of years ago. I met some really good friends that I still talk to now, but two of those happened to be Ainsley Allen and Maddie Collier. And it originally started as, just we got put together, like people that you didn't necessarily know that well, and you were asked to write, collaborate on a song. And so we did, and we come up with the verse and the chorus and basically the melody. And then people responded to it well, because we showed them what we had so far. We only had limited time, and they seemed to love it. So then we got Kevin Bennett of Kevin Bennett and the Flood, and BBU, people know him from, and he became part of that as well. And then all of us got together and ended up finishing the song, which was, it's a different experience. So it was awesome. Like, as you said, I often write alone just because I get in the zone, and that's where I seem to be able to get most of my thoughts and feelings out well. But it was I think it was really cool in a different way, because often I'll get stuck on something and it might take me, a couple of minutes. It could take a couple of hours. It could take a couple of weeks to come up with something, a bit of a hurdle that I can't get past. And I think with a co-write, you've just got all of these brilliant minds working together. And, often I get stuck, as I said, and then someone will say, oh, how about this? Or, whatever, this might sound good. And then it just it happens so quickly. Because you've got all these minds working together and all these different ideas. And I think that's a really awesome thing about a co-write, all of these different avenues is coming together to form one, so to speak. So it's definitely something I want to keep doing. I think I love writing alone, and I keep doing that. I write all the time, but I think co-writes are another great thing as well. I've done a few co-writes actually after we wrote this single, because it was written 2 years ago, but it's only just being released now because of the timing. So
do you think that that's what made you want to do those co-writes, or would you have just gone into that naturally without doing this song?
I think it definitely helped, because I had such a great experience doing it, and people responded so well to it. Like the people that I wrote with are just phenomenally talented and easygoing people that I still talk to today. And I mean, having Kevin Bennett work on it with us, it's just like incredible. Like the guy is crazy talented. So just being able to have him in the same room is awesome. But I think I would have definitely done it someday. But it sort of kickstarted it. I mean, I wrote with one other artist before that. It was like back in, I don't know, maybe 2012 or 13, I think. And it was just sort of based on a group write, so to speak. So there was a few of us and working with an artist, Gina Jeffries it was. I just didn't want to name drop, but I sort of couldn't get around it. So I was working with Gina Jeffries, and so that was awesome to do that. But it was a group thing, so it was really like it was a bit on a bigger scale. But I definitely prefer having the smaller scale, like it's more intimate and that sort of thing. So
probably easier to have your own a bit of input, I guess.
That's it.
Jessie has put on there that what does it say? Can't wait for the new release.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, Jess.
And I did pop it up before, but Beck said that it's actually playing on CMC on the New Country, on the Australian only, and on Break of Day. Oh,
awesome. There you go. You learn something new every day. That's really cool.
Yeah, just because you don't have CMC. Now that you're a big star, you can get it.
I'll just have to keep getting back to sending me. So she's been sending me pictures of when it's on. So yeah, but I didn't know that it was on the other two. She probably told me, but I'm hopeless at remembering it. I'll remember something like that.
You're a good manager. You're lucky.
That's it. I just write and perform. That's basically all I'm good at. Everything else, not so much.
And at the moment, you can't even do the performing part. So you should be writing loads of songs.
That's it. I mean, definitely. I've written a couple. I wrote with an artist the other day, and then I've written a couple of songs by myself again too. But I'm still working on the side, so I have more time than what I normally do. But with still working, I mean, I'm still restricted a little bit, but it's not stopping me. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think you're probably a lot like me. You're probably not noticing it as much of a night because you come home and doing your same routine with so you can sit down and do your writing in your own space, whereas for a lot of other people are stuck in the one place all day and all night.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's crazy. I think everyone's going to go a little crazy after a while. But we've, I guess, still got an outing with going to work. But then I guess there's risks involved in that too. So I mean, it's you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, really. But
yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? Now, while everybody's been in isolation, artists have been doing lives, we've been doing festivals online, and you have been doing your own videos that you've been popping online every now and again, and they're fantastic. Tell us,
thank you.
What made you choose the songs that you've been doing?
The first one I did was Fix You, and I've just done them a cappella because I don't have my band, and I like to. I'm funny, like I mean, I can play guitar, I can strum chords. That's often how I write songs, but I often, with singing, I feel that sometimes if I'm playing guitar, it takes away. I'm a typical male that can only do one thing at a time, so I like to concentrate on the singing, but the story behind doing Fix You was
over and laugh at the same time. You can do two things at once.
Exactly. There you go. But I've always loved that song by Coldplay, Fix You. It's my favourite song of theirs, and it's actually one of my favourites of all time. Another one would be Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. I haven't done that one yet, but it's another one that just stops me in my tracks every time I hear it. But the other one that I actually did a video to was a song called Why by Annie Lennox, which isn't probably something that people would expect from me, but I think it's just I'm influenced by so many different types of music, and that happens to be one of my all-time favorite songs. And it's not country, but as I said in the video that I posted, I don't think it has to be country, but for me to I'm influenced by so many different genres of music, like country being a massive one. But I think I've always had that mindset that as long as it's a good song, it doesn't really matter where it fits. And I think that that sort of makes the best music when you're just not pigeonholed. Like, you know, a lot of people try and pigeonhole artists in a category as well. And, you know, I think just as long as they're doing what they like and they're enjoying it and people are like and listening to it, you know, I don't think they should be, you know, it's not country enough or it's not rock enough or, you know, yeah.
I think people sometimes judge things like that and don't realise that they're not taking the time to go, well, did I like it? You know, it
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly. Yeah.
That's not country.
Yeah.
Well, but did you like it? Doesn't really matter what it was, you know.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, I love traditional country music. I listen to it a lot, but you know, I think it's just in the music that I write myself. I think it's all these other influences just like bombarded into a song. So, yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's fantastic. So, what's the next one going to be? Apart from what? Are you going to do the new single?
Am I? Yeah, maybe I should have to do that. I would actually love to get together just with my guitarist and do something, but we're really not allowed at the moment. So yeah, I don't know. We might have to wait for the next one unless I do another a cappella one. But, I don't know what the next one's.
Or the next song? What are we waiting for?
I don't know. I'm lost.
let's do some pre-recording things in case we ever need it again.
That's right, exactly.
Let's hope we don't. Oh dear.
Oh.
This is from the earlier drink that we had, confusing us.
We're strictly professional.
Very, very professional.
This is why I spilled some Coke on my t-shirt.
That's why I'm wearing slippers. Yeah. This is my office. I can wear what I like. No one can say.
Exactly. And you need to be relaxed. I think it's good. It's conversational.
Right. That's right. I'm much more relaxed when my feet are warm.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, do you have singles that you're going to release later in the year? Have you got another single coming out this year or plans for more throughout the year?
Originally, I was trying to work towards an album, but I think just with everything that's going on at the moment, I think that's going to be sort of hard to achieve. And being an independent artist, a lot of it comes down to funding. So the situation at the moment, I think the next release will be an EP, which should be, fingers crossed, towards it should be second half of the year, but it's just hard to actually put a date on it with everything that's happening at the moment. I've got one song left to record.
Okay.
But I can't go into the studio to do it at the moment. So whenever this passes and we bounce back like us Australians do, I'll get back into the studio and go from there and finish that song. And yeah, it'll be the next big release. But I've already started writing songs for the album, so to speak, after the EP. So
wow.
It's all just timing, I guess. But I just want to get it all out there, for people to hear, but it's a process you have to go through. Unfortunately, I just, as much as I'd love for everyone just to hear it all, but they eventually will.
Have you been playing any of the songs that you haven't recorded yet, including this one, live already? Yeah,
we have actually. Even before If You're Mine was available for pre-order, like for the past, I think 2 to 3 months.
Yep.
Excuse me. We've been playing that live at gigs, which has been good. It's had a good response. That was one of the reasons why I've made it my next single, because people responded well to it. But there's also another one that we've been performing live as well, a song of mine called Whiskey Blues that'll be on the EP, which it's a very different song for me. I mean, a lot of mine are sort of country rock and a bit of pop mixed in with that too. This one's very bluesy, like. Again, this is going on all the different types of music I'm influenced by, but it's still very me, but it's just very like blues influenced style of music. So it's good. It was something different. And then there's another song that I'm planning to record as well, which would be an acoustic track or with a piano. I'm sort of leaning more towards a piano. I'm hopeless at making decisions, as you can tell. It'll be acoustic version of one of the previous singles that I've done, just because I think it's something different, and with albums that I get of artists that I like, if there's a live or just an acoustic one of a track that you really love, that you just hear the vocals, you know, they're more raw and everything. I love listening to those sort of ones. And people often say, you know, that they know me sort of thing for my voice. So I just wanted to, you know, try and showcase that in a, you know, an acoustic thing. And I just love singing along to a guitar or with a piano. So, you know, just very raw and intimate. So hopefully that'll happen very soon.
Do you play piano?
No, I don't actually. I would love to be able to. I'm not talented at all. The only thing I can do is sing and write songs. Well, that's like, I mean, I should have said I'm not multi-talented. I mean, that's just, and that would be the thing. If I would love to have more time because I'd actually sit down and work it, but I just like keep trying to write songs in my spare time, you know, and I can play guitar sort of thing now, very like basically. So, you know, it's not right up there on the list of priorities, but definitely at some point I would love to, just because I love music instruments in general. I don't think I'll ever master it, the piano, but you know, we can only hope.
Well, if you can get it enough to play your own songs, you're fine. No one will know.
Exactly. I'll just play learn one song of mine on there, and then I'll just, you know, I'm a piano player.
Teach it, but I don't want to.
Oh, do you play?
No.
Oh, I thought you were like, I'll teach you. I'm like, it's awesome.
I can play one or two songs because, you know, we learned it at school, but that's about it.
It's better than nothing.
Marlene has written, how about a song about a clumsy cowboy?
If the boot fits, Marlene, and it definitely does, that is definitely an option, because that's actually a title right there, Clumsy Cowboy. I think you're onto something there.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I think that's a film clip that I want to be there for, because you can just all you do for that is get Jay to follow you around with the camera.
Like, exactly. Just a day, like a day in the life of, and you can be there as well. It would be.
That's your film clip. I'd be right there.
That'd be awesome.
There's so many stories that I've been telling people today, some of the stories, and people don't understand. They think that I'm joking. No, it's real.
I know. We often send stories to each other, different things that have happened to us, just because we both know what it's like, you know.
Poor Marlene was there the night that I choked.
No way.
There that night to save me.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Been there to save me on a fair few of my incidents, actually.
She's a lifesaver.
Yes, she is. She is. And she lets me get in her car with her. She's very brave.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Well, actually, you let me in your car, but I was actually thinking when you're telling me earlier about all your playlists and all the songs, the different genres and different songs that influence you. I'd love to get in the car and just listen to your playlist, because I reckon it would be all over the show with one song here and one here. But I don't even remember that. I don't think we had music playing after the
I don't think we did. Yeah, we were too busy talking. But my playlist is definitely like that. I mean, there's everything from, you know, R&B on it to country to rock to blues. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's all over the place. Country is a lot, like, majority of what I listen to. But you know, there's always room for more music, I say. So
I've got another question coming in. I was just about to say we've hit our 30 minutes, but we'll have a look at the question. My favourite song of yours is Changed, and how did the song come about?
Oh, hello, Christy, by the way. Change come up. It was basically the resolution of my very first single, which I wrote probably in the darkest time of my life. It was sort of rock bottom for me. And I don't like to dwell on it, you know, because it was in the past, but I think as artists, that's often when we write a lot of our good songs and we get inspired. So Set Me On Fire was the product of that time. And then Change was, once I'd reached the other side of that bad time, I had a different mindset. You know, I was thankful for what I've been through, because it taught me a lot of life lessons, and I don't think I'd be the same person that I am today. So it was basically written about a change in mindset, so to speak, being thankful for where you've come from and knowing that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, because nothing lasts forever. You know, the clouds eventually clear and we're all happy and everything again. So that was basically how that song come up. I just wanted, you know, other people to know that just because you're going through a rough time at the moment doesn't mean it's going to last forever. And I think that song reflects, there's different lyrics and everything in it that reflect on those times, but then it also changes to, how great it can be when you actually, you're more familiar with who you are and everything, and you get over the other side, and you sort of weed out a lot of the bad people that were toxic to you and everything. So that's basically what it's about, just being happy in your own skin and moving on.
And it's probably a good thing that it's happened to you, because it's given you this career, and now look at where you are and look at where those people that weren't good to you are.
I know, where we could be thankful. I mean, I would never wish anything bad on anyone, but I think, it's just because it doesn't mean like it just with friendships and stuff in general, like it was just a bad time for me. But I think just because they weren't good for me doesn't mean they're not good for other people. It's just, we're on different paths sometimes, and just because I'm traveling this way, it doesn't mean everyone else has to. You just got to know your the people to surround yourself with, and I think that makes you who you are. And I'm always all about whoever you surround yourself with. People
that help you grow or trip over.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Grow or trip over, like us. Gives us
exactly. And you know what? It'll be like, it's the ones that help you up when you trip over.
Aaron, I would love to say that I would help you up if you tripped over, but the honest, I would try to help you up, and I'd end up on the ground as well. I'm probably just.
This is why we shouldn't be in the same place together, because
that's why being conferencing is safe.
Exactly.
We've gone well over our 30 minutes again, but again, let's just remind people where they can get it from. They can jump onto iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all the other platforms. I don't know all of them, and they can pre-order tonight. That's out, and the link is up on your page at the moment. Yeah. So if they head over to Aaron Jurd, isn't it? Not Aaron Jurd Music, just Aaron Jurd.
It's Aaron Jurd Music. I had to think of that for a second, and I should know this off the top of my head. But the Facebook page is just under Aaron Jurd, but the URL, so to speak, is Aaron Jurd Music. Either one, they'll find it.
They'll find it. So give that a like and follow, because the film clip will come out next week as well, and you can see and have a laugh. And I just wonder, how many beers did it take to finish the clip in the bar? How many beers? Yes.
You're probably going to be disappointed with me at this, but I didn't have any during the filming. We had a couple of the other people in the bar had glasses, but a little inside of that, it was actually just Coke. It was meant to be whiskey and Coke, but we all would have loved to. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of us had to drive and everything afterwards. Yeah. But after we shot the film clip, we went to a bar, and Jay was there, and a couple of my friends that were in the film clip, and we definitely had a couple of drinks and to celebrate and to de-stress, because we're all a little bit like, oh, we got to get this over with, But it was awesome. So we had a few afterwards, but strictly professional during the film clip.
Very professional, very professional. Well, I can't wait to see the clip. I have heard the song and love it, and for those that haven't heard it, jump on it tonight, because first thing tomorrow morning you'll be able to get it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this single goes for you, because I think it's going to do wonders.
Oh, thank you so much, Jenny. I really appreciate it.
But thank you for joining. Now, before we go, on Sunday we're having another online festival. I think we've got it down to start at 4:30, because we go back into line on Saturday night with Queensland time. So I think it's 4:30 Eastern Standard Times. But we've got another festival with multiple artists coming on board again to keep everyone entertained while they're at home. But thank you again, Aaron, for joining. And keep an eye out, guys, on Aaron's page for his song, and on the Country Kickback page for our festival. And you can already hit the link and get a reminder. So when we go live, it'll tell you. Thank you again, Aaron. I will.
Thank you.
I'll be talking to you soon. I'll certainly let you know what I hear about the film clip. It'll be great.
Thank you so much, Danny. I really I'm happy that you're enjoying the song, and thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. And for everyone watching, I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.